My name is Jahad and I'm the Executive Director here at Thorncliffe Neighborhood Office. I've been in this position since September of 2004, so 7.5 years. It's a long time. It's been a wonderful opportunity. It's been a great professional opportunity for me to come to an organization and really see it grow and flourish and expand to what it is now. Thorncliffe Neighborhood Office was founded 25 years ago. In fact, last year we celebrated our 25th anniversary. It's a community-based neighborhood organization. It started really as a family support center and a drop-in for kids and parents, but people realized quickly that this is a place where newcomers are showing up in large numbers. So it quickly became one of the leading settlement service agencies in the city. Today we have about 100 staff, 5 different locations, all within walking distance. Being the executive director, whether here at Thorncliffe or through my previous tenures and assignments, I think you develop an understanding of what really is important to be a competent professional leader of a service organization like Thorncliffe. I think every leader needs a thorough understanding of governance, strategic leadership, funding, and funders' relationships. So those are 3 areas of critical importance that every leader really has to build and cultivate. And many organizations have developed these experiences, and I think there is an integral part of the functions of each competent executive director to really be conscious of their responsibility and obligation to provide mentoring opportunities, one-on-one learning exchange with colleagues, especially with smaller organizations, emerging organizations. So if every executive director or leader of an agency identifies their area of strength and started sharing the learning and providing mentorship opportunities, not only for executive directors of smaller organizations, but I think it's critical to develop the next generations of the leaders of this sector. Mentoring is a really useful tool of professional development, and it's not only useful for the person who's you're mentoring. I think it's a two-way street. It really is one of the most incredible opportunities for me as someone who have mentored many colleagues to learn not only about the person you're mentoring, but about their learning directions, where they want to be, and how you be able to take them there, and how you be able to be part of their success. But the importance of being a mentor, I think, is it really makes you think of what is it that you're good at. And it's often, we don't really think about that. So when you want to provide leadership, provide training, provide mentorship, you want to think of what is it that you actually excel at and how you want to share it. So there is an opportunity for all mentors to really learn a little bit about themselves, about the work they do, and about the opportunities that they can provide and exchange with others. The match, you have to make sure that it's an excellent fit, because personal relationships and developing that rapport is critical, because you want to be able to get along with the person, to understand that person. So the match is key, and the match has to really correspond with level of skills that the person can provide, but also a particular need. And the more clear the person who's seeking to be mentored on the areas that they want to build and grow, the better it is for them to learn, and the better it is for a person like me who's providing those mentorship to actually have much more positive outcomes. So the match and the selection is an important part. For me, I really like to have an opportunity, a casual conversation. Usually I like to do it over lunch, to talk about where they're at, where they've come from professionally, and where they would like to go, and how do they see themselves progressing professionally. And then I start thinking about how do I position myself to be part of their plan, their growth, their success. And eager mentors and eager mentee usually are an opportunity for personal growth at all levels. That relationship is partnership. It really is putting together 2 people with 2 unique experiences and expertise to develop a new partnership. In many cases, a lot of those arrangements and relationships between mentors and mentee have developed into a meaningful partnerships, whether it's professionally, but also in terms of programs. Many arrangements that I've been part of has developed and emerged into actual joint initiatives delivered and to improve services. So it really is a natural kind of progression towards partnership. Most popular areas that people really want assistance with and want to be helped with are, not a surprise, related to funding issues. How do you manage your relationships with funders and donors? How do you build and design the perfect grant? So that whole issue of financial and resource development practices are a very important part. The other area is really strategic leadership and governance. How do you deal with your board? How do you deal with a policy board, with a hands-on board? So that relationship is very important, and how do you build a functioning and effective board? So those are very critical areas of learning that many new emerging leaders and executive directors are identifying as an area where they really need to learn more about. Obviously, the area of service planning is something that people want to understand more about. How do you design a particular service? How do you go about implementing programs and services? And how do you see their relevance? Evaluation is becoming the new topic. Everybody wants to talk about outcomes and impact. All of us are learning about this. In fact, personally, I'd like some of my mentees to start challenging me and asking questions about outcomes and evaluation, because it's an opportunity for me also to learn about this. Client services. How do we provide excellent service with excellent outcomes? Is becoming a challenge for the sector. The last area that a lot of interesting, challenging, enthusiastic young leaders are talking about is really the whole area of what else can we do? How do we take kind of the charity out of our work? How do we become a sector with professions, with standards? So really they're injecting new energy, which really is challenging us as well. So really, how do you build a sector with professional standards, with the expertise that demands professionalism at all levels? I think the challenge is the time. It's really to make sure that there is a time arrangement that works for both parties. So you want to make sure that this is not a taxing or a burden opportunity, or an opportunity that is a burden on you as an executive director or as a mentor. But at the same time, you don't want to overwhelm your mentee by everything just in one shot. So it's the pace of it. So the match, again, as we said, is a challenge, but the pace and how you approach it, you have to really build it into some form of a curriculum. Not unlike being in school, you really have to go and build it step at a time, and start with getting to know the person a little better and build on it. So the challenge is to build a process that is logical and meets the needs of both parties. I think the challenge and the opportunity for mentorship is creating the perfect opportunity on an ongoing basis for group and collective learning. And I think that's really where we have to focus on.